Good morning and welcome to People with Peoples. I'm your ag lender from the Fenimore branch, Cody Kirschbaum, and today we are here with Ryan and Seth Adams from Adams Auction and Real Estate. Gentlemen, good morning and thank you for being here with us today.
Good morning, Cody.
Folks, these are truly two working auctioneers. Today we're going to go through what Adams Auction and Real Estate all entails, what they do, how they get into the business, etc. But also we're going to talk about not only the business here, but also what they do at home. They have a farming operation that they run there. These guys are busy, they're always going, and they're fantastic individuals. And we're going to jump right in right now, guys. Can you give us and our viewers a little bit of background on Adams Auction and Real Estate, kind of when it gets started, how it got started, and how it materialized into what it is today?
Okay, we started in 2006. We went to auctioneer school in 2006. That was the beginning footstep, I guess. It was pretty. You thought you were going to be an auctioneer then? Well, it takes a long time and a lot of work after that to get into it. So I guess November of 2006 is when we actually started auctioneering. And after that, we started getting real estate licenses and everything it entailed to go. Just didn't want to leave anything on the table there and go in more to help our clients and customers at that. The more you can do for them, the better off you'll be in the business. So it was a lot of learning.
It took some time. I mean, our first sale was with, we did, sold out Chevy's Egg Service in Eastman, Wisconsin. And that was in August of '07. But, I mean, you know, all the nerves and everything like that of the first one. But it was a good sales start. I mean, we had a heck of a crowd. We handled the operation from start to finish. Everything worked out well, and from there, I mean, it just, you know, became more successful all the time. But again, I mean, it took a while to get going. You know, it was almost a year from auction school till we booked our first sale. We helped with a lot of benefits to get public exposure at that time, just to get your chant, you know, in public compared to, you know, it's one thing to chant just in front of yourself or something like that, but or family members, but to get out in public and, you know, there's no better way to get back to the community than doing a cancer benefit for people in need or anything like that. So it worked out really well for both aspects.
Absolutely well said. Now, can you give us a little background on the family aspect? You know, how kind of collaboratively between you two, your father, your sister, is that correct?
Megan works for us. She's Megan Mahan. She's not related to us, but she works for us, does an awesome job. And then father works for us, Gary Adams. He works for us selling real estate, and he kind of retired from his job and was looking for something else to do, and he fits perfect for his hand. He just does a good job.
Yep.
And keeps right after it. And the auction standpoint, we need volunteers to help on the first few sales. They did a great job. I mean, everybody chipped in and went, and whatever we could get them to do or volunteer for, and it helped out quite a bit. So
It's amazing to see how far you guys have come. You know, I mean, from 2006, from when we were young men. You know, I mean, truly we were, and you guys jumped right in at such a young age, and I think you were so far ahead of the game because of that. And to see where you're at now, it's truly remarkable. It really is.
One thing I will say that really helped us at the age we were at is we didn't have the responsibilities that we have today, family-wise. I mean, we were not married, we didn't have kids, and it was a struggle. I mean, to get going. I mean, just to get going, to earn people's trust, to know product knowledge. You know, so it was when we had that sale in August. I think it was the following year before we had our next sale. So we both had jobs. I mean, to supplement our income. You know, I mean, we knew what we wanted to do, but it just took time.
Yep.
I mean,
Absolutely. Now, what do you guys all offer here at Adams Auction and Real Estate in terms of on the auction side of the business? I mean, you guys do a hay sale every week, and you do, you know, farm auctions, and can you kind of delve into that a little bit on how that works?
we start, since you brought up hay sales, we start in November with hay sales, and we go November till May with the hay sales.
Okay.
Weekly, we do one here per Sheen at our office, and then we do one in Cashton on Tuesdays. So we do 2 locations, Tuesdays in Cashton, Thursdays here. And then we move through the summer. Produce sales start in April.
Start in April and they run to the end of October. We do that at the Fenimore Produce Auction. Those sales are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. In peak season, Tuesdays and Fridays throughout the remainder of the year. That's basically all wholesale produce. You can still have families coming by, but it's catered toward the wholesale end on the produce spectrum. We offer also a full real estate company, whether it's conventional listing or the auction method of marketing. We do consignment sales, we do on-site farm sales, we just do household sales. One thing that is a little bit unique with us is, at least in this area, is we also, if you come and list your property and we sell it and you have extra stuff, we do, normally every couple of months we have consignment sales. 2020 has been a little bit different with everything going on with COVID-19, but normally every couple of months we do consignment sales, so that way if you have extra stuff that you don't move, or if the children are handling their parents' estate, they can bring everything right to this location, because not everybody has enough stuff to have their own auction.
Takes a lot of the headache out of
Yeah.
their hands too, so they don't have to worry about everything on their hands.
Absolutely.
We also sell livestock 2 days a week, Monday and Thursday, through Equity Livestock as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, very diversified. And one thing that these guys touched on, I mean, aside from their normal, Adams Auction Real Estate business that they operate every day, they give back to the community, and I've personally witnessed this. I've been involved in auctions with them, with a benefit auction, and these guys do numerous benefit auctions. It's pro bono. It's to give back to the community and really help serve a purpose when it's needed. And these guys do this in their free time. And again, it's not a paid job. It's volunteer. They do it just because they're good guys, and it's tremendous to see a business like this where you're able to give back, and they do. Anytime they're able to, they do, and when they're asked, and again, I've witnessed it, and they do. It's tremendous the results they get. As we continue in talking about the auction method of marketing, Seth, you mentioned the auction method of marketing. Why is it important for a seller or a customer, if they're exploring, if they want to sell a farm or they want to sell machinery or hay, whichever it may be, why is the auction method of marketing important for a person as a seller to maximize the most dollars they can for their items?
I might be a little bit biased, but I believe that it will maximize your dollars. I mean, like if you take real estate an example, let's just say you have a 100-acre parcel, and we're just going to use numbers, and you want $100,000, and you conventionally list that real estate for $100,000. You're never probably going to get more than that $100,000. In the auction method of marketing, if the buyer doesn't have that number in his mind, okay, this property might be worth this, but if you create the urgency, today's the day that it's going to be sold, you might sell that piece of real estate for $125,000 or $150,000. Now, that being said, not every property is an auction type of property. There's some properties that they just don't seem to fit the bill, and we wouldn't do that, and that's when we conventionally list properties. But if you have the right property or the right, if it's the same thing with hay, it's the same thing with cattle, as yourself, I mean, in the cattle business for a long time. So it doesn't matter what you're selling. The auction method of marketing will create the highest value possible. It works. We sell it well 5 days a
Day in,
week.
day out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It works. Price discovery. I mean, there's no better way to figure out what something's worth. Whether you have a high price on it or a low price on it, auction will tell you what it's worth that day.
Absolutely, and I've sat next to Seth and sold with him in the cattle world, and I've sat next to both these guys on a stage in a benefit auction and heard them sell, and we've sold together. And that true price discovery, I mean, it really resonates in the auction world, and it is true. Everything they said, it's 100% true. I mean, when you have a listing of a property, and just like Seth alluded to, there is no necessarily top dollar that's listed when that animal or product comes in. It's that sense of urgency, and that's why the auction method of marketing was derived way back in the day, to create a sense of urgency, to make it exciting. That's why when an auctioneer, most would see that as an auctioneer talks fast, but an auctioneer doesn't necessarily. He's not talking fast to try to mix people up. It's short filler phrases and filler words, right?
A lot of rhythm goes into it.
Sure.
Yep, definitely. And it's supposed to be fun. I mean, when you come to our auctions, that's one thing that sometimes I pick somebody out of the crowd that I might joke with a little bit, but I tell them, it's supposed to be fun, because any transaction that you do with us anyways, in our auction business, I want you to have a good time from start to finish. Otherwise, I don't want to do business with people that don't want to do business with me. And so if they're having a good time, they want to come back, and that's how you get repeat customers.
Absolutely. What do you guys enjoy most about this career?
Oh,
If there's probably not one thing, but you know, just a thing or two that you guys enjoy most.
My personal thing is it's so diverse. You're constantly around different aspects in the auction business of different people. Today we're sitting here with you. Yesterday I was doing an auction in Fenimore selling, believe it or not, pumpkins, and you know, people were just sitting there happy to buy them, pumpkins and fall decor items and things like that. Tomorrow's Thursday, one of us is gonna be going over by Johnson's Creek to sell cattle. You know, I mean, there's just always something different. When people walk in the door, you know, they might come to sell their collection that they've been working on for 50 years, or they might be coming to sell their first time house. Or buy, you know, it's the diversity is amazing to me.
Yeah, it's traveling down the road and doing something different every day, getting out, talking to people. That's pulling in, just talk to them, shoot the breeze, see what's going on, talking to farmers and ranchers around the country and whatnot, and just people every day getting to chat with them, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And today, as we sit here, Ryan is the current 2020 Wisconsin Auctioneer Champion. Ryan, number one, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
What a feat.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
So what would be the path to get to that point that you're at now? How does one get to that point?
Well, the Wisconsin Auctioneers Association puts on a competition every year at the state convention. First off, it just takes, I don't know, years of practice to get after it and go up there. You gotta get all polished up and put on your best performance for it. Do your best chant up there and sell some items in front of a crowd and hope you don't get all nerved up, because it's pretty nerve-wracking to do. But yeah, just lots of practice and going down the road and years of practice and getting after it.
How about for our viewers, you know, when you go to auctioneer school, you practice a series of tongue twisters and you learn your number increments and etc. But how about you give our viewers a little bit of sample of the Betty Botter tongue twister from Auctioneer School?
The Betty Botter. Put me on the spot here. Alrighty. Betty Butter bought some butter, but said butter better. Put it in my batter to make my batter better. So she bought a bit of better butter. Put it in her better batter, made her better batter better. So does Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter.
There it is, folks. That if you were to slowly say that out, it'd be about a 3-minute phrase tongue twister. But that's what they teach you in school. That's pretty impressive. Now, moving on to the farming operation. You know, aside from that, you guys stay very busy with your cow-calf operation. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what that all entails?
Well, we like to call it ranching rather than farming. Being more in the cattle industry rather than the row crops and farming, so of that aspect. But yeah, it's kind of a hobby that just got bigger and bigger, and it's fun to do. And we like to get the kids involved and go after it all the time. And
we run about anywhere from 125 to 140 cow-calf pairs, and along with that, we run 75 to 100 head of yearlings. We started with 10. 15 years ago, we started with just 10 cows. Really, in the last 3 to 5 years, started more. They're all commercial cattle, but we've been really buying some good bulls and buying a lot of western heifers, bringing them back to this area for a couple of reasons. Normally, them guys have been doing it out there for generations, but the cow size is more of a moderate frame. Some people might disagree with us a little bit on that, but a more moderate frame and less intake, but still raises a good calf. It's a hobby. That sounds like big numbers for somebody to say it's a hobby. The auctioneer and real estate is our passion. That's how we make a living, but it's enjoyment. You know, we have horses. We're getting our kids involved in the farming aspect. Everything's not just about what you can do for profit or loss. It's a lifestyle that we live, that we enjoy, and it teaches the family a lot about sacrifice and things that it kind of brings you together. They always say if you can sort cattle with somebody, you normally can get along with them pretty well. And
you know,
I think we yeah.
Okay.
You know, well, and it is, it's fun for everybody to get together and do, but we really enjoy it. We were getting a little bit off track there, but we really enjoy it as a family aspect.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
And the sorting cattle,
Everybody's
that's
fought
true.
sorting
That is absolutely true.
Right.
Why is the relationship that you guys have with your bank? Why is that important to you guys?
That's real important. You got to have a good relationship with your banker, because obviously you can't always pull money out of the pocket. If you want to expand or something like that, you got to be able to call them and talk to them. They need to know what you're doing, and you need to know what they're doing or where you're at in life. So you kind of keep that relationship up and going. So it's an easier process when you do need to talk to them.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, as we come to a closing on this segment, would you like to have any ending words or leave a few words with the viewers that we have out there today?
I'd just like to thank all our customers and clients throughout the years. I mean, they do a great job. They're fun to talk to, they're fun to work with, and they're just good people. Whether I've met them or not, it's just nice to get out there and see the good people in the country, and I'd like to thank them, because without without them, there would be no Adams Auction in real estate, that's for sure. And all the good help that's helped us get here, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same thing, and not to reinvent the wheel, but I mean, I definitely would like to thank everybody that's helped us get here along the way, because like Ryan said, without our customers and clients, we could not be there. And I'd also like to thank our team. Megan Mahan and Gary Adams do a phenomenal job in the real estate aspect. All the help, there's numerous people that help us on auction day, too many to mention, but without them, it wouldn't be possible to be here where we're at.
Yeah, got a good full-time guy, Ben Tenor's help out too.
Yeah,
Working for us.
definitely helping us. I mean, and it's all different aspects of the business, but definitely to all the buyers and sellers alike. I mean, we wouldn't be here without them. I would definitely appreciate it. And, you know, I want to give a shout out to People's State Bank, because they were the first ones that gave us the loan, you know, and we never went anywhere because I didn't feel like there was a need. It's a phenomenal bank to work with, and I appreciate everybody and the work that you guys do down there too, Cody.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us today. Gentlemen, thank you as well. I implore any of you to give these guys a call. Go online, check out their website, stop and have a cup of coffee. It's the warmest environment you'll ever get around. I mean, these two guys are tremendous. They're amazing. They go to work for you and they care. I mean, and there's no other way to say it. Adams Auction and Real Estate is it's a tremendous family operation, and I implore you to check it out. So, that all being said, we thank you all for tuning in today, and have a great day.